Hey guys, welcome back to the second part of the Steal a Game series. In this part, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make displays for each thing that you're having, like this white part, having displays, and buying them so they can actually go into your plot. So make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Let's go. So first, we're gonna have to edit the plot. So let's create a folder called, let's just say, slots, and then add a part into there. And now let's make it a good size, so I'm gonna have it like a 5x5. And then you just have to place it around your place, as many as you want around your plot. Make sure to have an attribute for each one called, let's say, part. It can be whatever you want, like whatever you're stealing and stuff. So what these slots are for is where all of the things you're stealing are gonna go. So I'm going to lay these out. So I'm just gonna do this. And boom. Now I'm just gonna clone that to the other side. There we go. And now and then I'm just gonna delete like every other one, so it's not like a lot of slots like that. So now I have 10. Now I'm just gonna clone this white part back into the workspace, and then create a billboard GUI. Set the size to, let's say, 5,0 on the 10,0 on the X, and for the Y it's going to be 5,0. So this is where all of the things are where all the displays are gonna, show. So in the extends offset world, in the extends offset world space, let's make the Y 2. It can be as high as you want. And I'm just gonna rename this to info board. So now create a text label, and then let's rename this to like rarity or like part name. You can rename these to whatever. I'm just gonna rename this to part name. And then the X is 1, and the Y is 0.3. Now let's make the text scaled, and I'm just gonna decorate this a little bit. So I'm just gonna make the base text part name, and then I'm just gonna add like a UI stroke. And let's make the max distance like 300. Never mind, like 100. Yeah, 100 is good. So now clone this, and then make the position on the Y 0.3. So it's right under that. Now let's rename this to rarity. And let's scale this down a bit, so it's 0.2. And let's name the text to rarity. There. I'm just gonna make this a different color because these things will be colorable. Now let's create another thing and call it, actually move it down to 0.6 on the Y and rename it to the cost. And actually, since the rarity is 0.2 on the Y for size, the position on the cost is going to be 0.5, so it's also right under it. So now we have something like this. Now let's do cost, and let's make this like green. Now one final one, let's rename this to cash per second. And make this 0.7. Actually, 0.8. And then make the size on the Y 0.1. Or 0.15. Yeah, I'm going to do 0.15. And then set the position to 0.75. And then at the cost, let's make the size 0.25, so it's just a bit bigger, but not too much bigger. So now we look like that. And I'm just gonna make this a different shade of green like that. Make it a bit yellow maybe. Great. Now we have all of these for the info board. So now let's add another folder into Ripgrid storage, and let's rename this to assets, and drag the info board into assets. So now inside of our part handler, let's do function manager dot buy, and then the part, which is going to be an instance. In the parts config, we already have all of these, and in a rarity config, just making sure. And in the spawn, above the pivot, under the pivot 2 on line 23, let's go 2 down, and first, we have to get local assets equals Ripgrid storage, /out assets. And then local info board equals assets /child info board. Now let's do local new info equals info board clone. Let's do new info.parent equals part. New info dot part name dot text is going to be equal to the part dot name. Now we have to get so above this, let's do local config equals parts config part dot name, and if not config, then return end. Now let's do new info dot, let's say rarity dot text equals config dot rarity. Now let's just fill out all of these other things. So cost dot text equals config dot cost, and then new info dot cash per second dot text equals config dot cash per second. Hold up, do we have all of those? Cost, cash per second, rarity, yep. So now when we press play, all of them have, as you can see, info. So let's add some things to this. So on the cost, let's do dot dot before the config.cost, quotations, and then let's do $, and then in cash per second, let's do dot dot $/s for cash a second. So now when we play, it all has that now. As you can see, $10, $1 a second. Yep. So now we need to make a buy. So let's create a function inside of the functions and add a remote function update currency. And let's create another script inside of server script service and rename it to remote handler. Actually, let's just do currency handler. And now, I'm sorry, let's just do data handler instead. So let's do local data store service equals game get service, data store service, local players equals game get service, not data store service, players. And this script is going to be where we're handling like all the data, the cache that we have, and all of that. So let's create a folder inside of this, and then let's rename it to player data. Let's create leader. Actually, we don't need that. So let's create a table inside of the data handlers called local data, default data actually, with an underscore, equals brackets. And let's do leader stats equals brackets, and then cache equals 0. Actually, let's do 100. And for testing purposes, let's add local version ver equals quotations, and let's just do testing 0. Now local data store equals data store service get data store, and then data version dot and then ver. And in the default data, let's create another thing called, and let's just do last log out time equals os.time. And we will use that for later. Now let's do local function deep copy table, local copy equals brackets for folder comma v values in default data do if let's do if folder hold up. So let's actually do table actually. So there, if folder type of folder equals table, then copy folder equals deep copy, and then the folder. Else copy folder equals values, and let's change values to value. So let's handle the data store another time. So players.player added connect function, and let's just do that later. So now let's create another thing here. Local replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. And let's do local functions, not function, stop. Functions equals replicated storage find for child functions, and then local events equals replicated storage find for child events. Local update currency func for function equals functions find for child update currency. Now let's do local update currency func dot on server invoke equals function player comma currency comma amount, and then let's just say update type. So let's do local function get currency name and the player for underscore comma I in player get descendants do if I dot name equals currency name, then return I. So let's do currency equals get currency, then add the player before that. So, and actually, we're gonna do something else instead of making this ourselves. We're gonna use something called profile service. Oh, whoops. Don't delete that. So we can delete all of this, all of the data store things. And I'm just gonna take this from the other game, one of my other games, and I'll have a link for the template in the description. So we're just gonna take that. So let me get it from my other game. So 1 second. And here we are. Now we have the data store. So let's put this inside of modules. And in the data manager, you should have all of these. And now in the template, don't mind all of this. This is just from my other game. And in here, don't mind all of this. This will not be in the template, so you guys do not have to delete all of this. So let's do local template, leader stats equals brackets, cash equals 100, and then here, what was that other thing we used? What was that other thing we used? Last logout time, that's right. So now we also have last logout time equals os.time. So now let's also here, let's do local logout time equals instance.new. All of this template will all be in the description, so you guys will not have to make any of this. And sorry about all of this. This is just from my other game. And then let's do number value log out time dot name equals last log out time. Log out time dot parent equals player. So, once again, this template will all be in the description for this video, so you guys do not have to worry about that. So now when we press play, it will not show yet because I forgot to do something. In the data handler, let's do local modules equals replicated storage find first child modules local, and then data store equals modules find first child data store. And now here let's do data manager equals require modules find first child data. Whoops, I meant to do data store here and then data manager. So now when we play, we have cache and the last logout time. Oh, that's 30, which will have a value, which, yeah. So now that that's done, we can delete this and do local function change currency. Actually, no, we don't need to make a function for that. So let's do if update type equals plus then currency.value plus equals amount, else if update type equals minus then currency.value minus equal amount. So I'm just gonna fill this in. Oh, whoops. For the times and divide. So divide equal and the times equal and one more, which is just gonna be equals amount. Whoops, just equal. So now that we have that, we also need to get the profile. So local profile equals data manager dot profiles player, and let's do if not currency then return end, and here let's do not local, if not profile then return end. And then let's also do another function called, no, not another function. Let's also get here and then profile. So let's do local leader stat currency and then comma currency profile equals blank. So and then currency equals I, and let's do break, and above that let's do for underscore comma I in profile dot data do, if I hold up. Hold on. 1 second, guys, sorry. So, local function, loop, get all data, and then the table, local data, and then for underscore comma I in, actually let's do for, then the name comma val, which is going to be value, which we do not need, so underscore, in table do, if type of name equals table, then data name equals get all data, and then the brackets and then the name. So I also have to do something here, equals brackets right there, and also else data name equals data name, actually we just have data name equals name, and now let's do return data. So for underscore comma I in get all data profile dot data do if I equals currency name, then currency profile equals I and break. So now under all of these, let's do return currency comma currency profile. So here let's do local, hold up, let's just change this to currency name, and then here currency name. So local currency comma currency profile equals get currency player, and then we also need the profile, which we're gonna move this down here, and then comma profile there. So now so we can just do underscore there. Hold up, I have no idea what the heck I am doing. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So we're gonna redo the get currency. So let's do, so not completely redo. Let's just delete this, and then, and that. So local currency equals get currency, there. And then here, let's do local value equals 0. And here, let's change all of these to value. And now, let's do local function, get currency from profile. The player, actually, the profile, not player. Profile, comma, currency name. Inside of that, let's do local function search table, and then the table. For key, comma, values in, wait, is it not values, value in pairs table do. If key equals currency name, then return key, comma, value. Sorry. Table, comma, key. Sorry. Else, local found table equals search table, and then the key, I'm pretty sure. Nope, the value. And now, if found table, then return the found table, comma, key. Oh, whoops. Found table, comma, found key. So change this key to found key, and there. Now let's do return search table profile.data. So now that we have that, which is correct now, let's do, now we have to do, local parent table, comma, key equals get currency from profile, and then the profile, and then the currency name. Also, we also have here, in all of these, we have to do return false instead of just return. So, if not parent table or not key, then return false. And let's make this one line. There. So, currency.value equals value, and above that, let's do parent table key equals value. So now that that's done, we can actually get started on making the buying system work. So in the spawn, we also have to create a proximity prompt. So local prox equals instance.new proximity prompt. And let's do comma part. And then prox dot action text, I believe, equals buy. And then prox dot activated. Actually, inside of here, let's do prox dot hold duration equals 0.5. Prox dot trigger ended net function player triggered. If not player triggered, then return manager dot buy, so the part, and let's also do player triggered. So in the buy, let's also do player. So now we need to make the buy. So local can buy, we need to get some things. So local functions equals repeated source find for child functions, and local update currency func equals functions find for child update currency. And I forgot to do one thing, but it's just really quick. Then we have to do return true inside of there. So local can buy equals update currency func invoke server. Is it server? No, it's client. And then the player. So what we need is the player currency amount and then the type. So the currency is cash or whatever currency you're looking for. So we need to get a few more things. Local config equals parts config part.name and then if not config, then return. So comma config dot cost, and then so the type will be minus. If not can buy, then return. So we also have to add a redirect since this module is being called on the server always. So starter player scripts, insert a local script, and let's just rename this to redirects. Local replicated storage equals game get service repeated storage. Local functions equals repeated storage find for child functions. Local update currency equals functions find for child update currency. Update currency dot on client evoke equals function currency name comma amount and then the update type. Return update currency invoke server currency name, amount, and then the update type. There. A lot of coding today. So now let's do local humanoid equals part find for style humanoid. If not humanoid, then return end. Now let's do humanoid move to. And now we also have to get the player's plot. So let's create a new function above all of this called local function get plot. And then the player. And here let's do local plot equals workspace 5 for child plots. For underscore comma plot in plots get children do if plot get attribute player dot name then return plot. So local plot equals get plot player, if not plot then return end. So now we also have to, so local home equals plot find for child home. So humanoid move to home dot position. Humanoid dot move to finish. Wait. And then we need to get the slot. So now let's create another function, local function get plot, and then also the player. Actually, no, we need the plot. So local slots equals plot find first child slots for underscore comma slot in slots get children do if hold up if so we also have to add the number if slots num in square brackets get attribute and then the sorry about the noise guys, so the part not equals string then return slot. And then I'm going to continue this later until the noise is down, so sorry about that. Okay, I am back, so let's continue this. So under the plot, let's do local slot equals get slot and then the plot. If not a slot, then return end. Now let's do, so part, since all the parts are models, we can do pivot to, and then slot dot C-frame, and since our white part, the size is for on the Y is 7, let's do vector3 dot new 0, comma 3.5, comma 0. And actually, a different thing that we can do instead of that is, hold up, here we can do on the pivot, since there is a primary part, we can do negative 3.5. So it is all the way at the bottom. So now we can move this in, and I'm just gonna delete that other one. So now we can normally just pivot to slot.cframe. So now if we play, hold up, let me check this, cost 10. Whoops. I need to turn on API services. So make sure to do that. Enable studio access to API services. Make sure to do that. So now when we play, and we buy one of these, pairs table expected got number. Okay, what is wrong with that? Table invalid. Okay, those are the same error, but search table. Huh. Pairs table expected got number. So let's do print profile there. And I'm just gonna buy one of these. Okay, we have all of this. Boom. So what is going on? Let's see. What is going on? Oh yeah, and this we also have to do if parent table key is greater or equal to the amount, then we can do value minus equal amount. Else we can return false in there. So let's print all of these. So we'll print currency, and then print parent table comma key. So we can figure out what's going on. So cache. So it is having an error with getting the currency from the profile. What did I do wrong? Oh, whoops. Else if type of value equals table, then, and this is supposed to be value. Actually, no. Yeah, so there we go. that was the mistake there. I'm pretty sure. When we play, let's do buy. Still does not move. It is printing it correctly though. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. So in the part handler, let's do print can buy. So let's see if we can buy it because it's still not moving. Oh, that's nice. We have -10 cash. Let me reset the data. So testing 1. That's why it's nice to have that. Oh, so it's just setting it to that. Why does it do that? Hold up. So the cost is 10. So why is it putting us into the negatives? Oh. Whoops. Hold up. What am I supposed to do there? Oh, whoops. So this is supposed to be parent table, and then the key. So now we just have to reset the data again. So now in here, since it says we can buy it, and I know there is a humanoid, let's do print plot, and then print slot. Now when we play, it only takes 10 of ours. Nil. So the plot is nil. Okay. So plot, get attribute, owner. Hold up, what did I do there? What did I do in here? Because I'm not sure. Oh. Owner equals player dot name. There we go. Oh, he fell over. One is not a valid member of folder, workspace, okay. Let's do get children. Num. There we go. So the slot is nil now. Okay. Oh my god. Why did I do not equals? It's supposed to be equals. There we go. Now it works. After all of that. Oh. Yeah, let's also put that failsafe in for moving that. So let's just copy this, paste it here, and let's do home for that, and home for that. So let's do 3 this time. And it does not save yet because we have not done that yet. Oh. What happened there? So let's delete that. Let's delete the destroy statement. Now let's come over here. And why is it moving all the way over there first? Oh, wait. And here else, and then we do that. So now it doesn't instantly move over to here. So by it will come over to the home, and let's wait. Oh, where is it going now? That's a problem. Dot magnitude less than 1. Let's try that. Well, let's buy 3 this time. Just for fun. Okay, so why is it moving back? We need to fix that. So let's do local parts moving equals table. And let's do parts moving, and then the part is equal to important dot end. And now let's do here if parts moving part, then parts moving part equals nil. And then here let's just copy this, and then let's do home. We also have to add another thing. Actually, a few things. So, if not parts moving part, well, if parts moving part not equals home, then return end. And same here. If not parts moving part not equal important dot end, then return end. So now I think it should not have that error. Oh yeah, I don't have enough cash. Let's just set the cost to 0 for now for testing. By it comes over, and it should not, go over there. Yep, that fixed it. Oh, whoops. Yeah, let's make that 3. let's make that 3 actually. So here, greater, if this is greater than 3, then it will do that. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Actually, yeah, that can be 3 too. And then this can also be 3. So when we play, we can buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy all of these. My man's dead. Why is my man dead? I can buy all of these. Hold up. Let's make the home can collide off. So home can collide false. So now it moves over here. Now we just have to wait. Why is it still colliding with it? Hold up, let's print the magnitude to see what is going on. Let's do print. And then let's just copy this, paste it there. So now that they are coming, okay, so yeah, so we need to make it 5 actually, not 3. And a 5 just to be safe. So with that, when these fully come over, and I'm pretty, yep, never mind. And we can buy an infinite amount right now because I forgot to do something. As you can see, they move to the slot. And I forgot to do one thing for the slots. So slot set attribute, and then the part, comma, and then the part dot name. So now we can only have a max of 10. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but that I just did. Yeah, see? Once we hit 10, I cannot buy anymore. So that is good. As you can see, we are all filled up. Boom. So that is gonna be it for today's part on how to make a Steelaway game. So I will see you guys in the next part. Peace out.